Class is in session.
Class is in session. Meet Hannah Freeman, a 27-year-old ex-fourth grade teacher from Ohio. Once beloved in the classroom, but who turned short-distance commute into intensive surveillance and apparently thought her last name was a get-out-of-jail-free card. She's a fourth grade teacher by trade, alleged stalker by hobby, and daughter of none other than Police Chief Michael Freeman. She thought her father's badge might double as her invisibility cloak. Spoiler alert, it didn't. Following a breakup, Hannah visited her ex-boyfriend's workplace not once, not 10 times, but a whopping 33 times over just 19 days. For perspective, your average office stalker is lucky to make a cameo entry once a week. That's not all Hannah did. Take a look at this.
Did you invite her here?
No.
Are you sure?
No. Yeah, she
Are you sure you didn't invite her here?
Yes, I never invited
Okay.
her to anything.
'Cause she said that you invited her here.
Yeah, I know. She probably would have said that. She actually yesterday followed me to my apartment, stole stuff out of my car,
Yeah.
medications that I need, my car keys, which I was finally able to get back from her, a laptop, and my wallet. And she has run up a bunch of charges on one of my credit cards now.
Oh, she did?
Yeah, and then because I did date her back in April, we probably ended it. She kind of knew passwords to like my accounts and stuff.
Where did
She's been messing with my accounts.
Where did she rack up the charges at?
That was all from Amazon.
Hannah Freeman?
Hannah Freeman? Are you supposed to be up here? Mm-hmm. You are? Mm-hmm. Were you in his vehicle earlier? Mm-hmm. No?
Well, we went to get dinner together, but...
Where'd you guys go get dinner at?
King's.
King's?
King's, yeah.
Raising Cane's? Which one?
North Olmsted.
North Olmsted? Okay. Well, we got a complaint from him that you were in his vehicle tonight and you're harassing him and stalking him.
I mean, I don't know what to tell you.
Okay. Did you take some items from him last night? Leave your phone in the car?
I am. I'm putting it down.
Step over here.
Putting it down.
Just gonna turn around, put your hands behind your back. You don't got anything on you, it's gonna stick, poke, anything like that.
No.
Put your hands together like you're praying.
Where are your keys for the car?
I don't know.
Now let's pause. There's a hidden story here about privilege. How many people can show up 33 times at someone's job in under 3 weeks and still land a plea deal that neatly trims felonies down to misdemeanors? That's not the legal system. That's the legal system doing what it does best, reminding us that who you are can sometimes outweigh more than what you did. When Hannah Freeman told neighbors she wouldn't face consequences because her father was the police chief, she wasn't just leaning on authority. She was leaning on family pattern. Her father, Chief Michael Freeman, has many accusations of abusive leadership inside his own department. And her mother, Elaine Freeman, she made headlines too, twice in 2013 for shoplifting sprees at Target and Kohl's. The court handed her fines, suspended jail time, and even house arrest during the holidays.
who's a total daddy's princess, who was charged with several felonies for stalking and stealing from her ex-boyfriend. But in that video, I talked about how she's the police chief's daughter and how she, the chief, and her mom, the chief's wife, all seem to have problems thinking that they're better than the law. So first, let's talk about her dad, Police Chief Michael Freeman. There have been all kinds of issues with this guy. Look, North Ridgeville police chief accused of being verbally abusive and the reason for officers leaving. The city hires a law firm for independent review of police department. The report said, it is abundantly clear from our interviews and feedback that the chief has a management/communication style that is often perceived as micromanaging, abrasive, and at times hostile. And look, up here at the top, it said he would use verbally abusive language, he would cuss at his staff, he would become visibly upset and start to shake, and he would become aggressive. Several months ago, an officer made a complaint to the mayor's office. The chief came up to him and grabbed his shirt collar because he didn't have his proper brass on his shirt collar. And then here it talks about 3 to 5 officers leaving to go to other departments. Look at this one. Holmes says one example is when Chief Freeman retaliated when a 27-year-old K-9 officer gave him advance notice about applying for a new job. The chief unilaterally decided that he was going to pull that K-9 off the street. And then more on that case, it says he pulled the K-9 off of the street out of retaliation and refused to allow the department to pay for the special kidney food the dog needed to survive, and he ended up passing away. Look, there was a change.org petition demanding his resignation. He tried to sue the city after he got suspended. There's just all kinds of stuff with this guy. This is his wife, Elaine. It says in this article that she got arrested for shoplifting at Target. And check this out right up here. The incident became heated when Mike Freeman went to the Avon police station to pick up his wife. He was upset because he believed the situation was improperly handled. The argument stemmed over the difference in procedures between the two departments, Avon Police Chief Richard Bosley said. Mike Freeman argued his wife should have been cited and released. The Avon Police Department did follow the proper procedure. And then look at this one. Police chief's wife sentenced for shoplifting. She was given a $250 fine and a 10-day jail sentence. I wonder if she acted the same way as Hannah. After she was released, she had to be on house arrest for 30 days. And it says she was arrested in September for stealing from the Kohl's store in Avon. Now, of course, this was back in 2013. And then let's circle back around to Hannah Banana. December of 2022, police got called out to her residence on a noise complaint. They knocked on the door, she answered, they told them who they were and why they were there, and she immediately told them that her father was the chief of police, Mike Freeman. They asked her if she could close the sliding door, saying that you could hear the music all the way down the street, and she told them that she didn't have to. And she even told one of the police officers not to give her an attitude. And then the police received a call from a different person less than an hour later, so they had to go back out. The caller said that they had confronted Hannah about the really loud noise, and she literally laughed in that person's face and said her dad is the chief of police and she won't get in trouble and nothing will happen to her. And another person said that sometime after the police left the first time, she began stomping around on the floor and banging something into the wall. So they went back to her place and she didn't answer the door. They knocked for like 5 minutes telling her who they were and what was going on, but she wouldn't come to the door. So they issued her a citation for disorderly conduct. And then skip forward to November of 2024 when she began stalking her ex-boyfriend and stealing from him, putting more than $1,000 on one of his credit cards. I don't know what y'all think, but to me, it seems like the whole family thinks they're above the law.
So when Hannah marched into court thinking rules might bend in her favor, maybe it wasn't just arrogance. It was learned behavior. Because in this family, brushes with the law aren't an exception. They're practically tradition. Let's head back to the courtroom. When the courtroom doors swung open, reality hit. The offenses: disorderly conduct, obstructing official business, and possessing criminal tools. Felonies carefully reshaped into misdemeanors via a plea deal. When Hannah faced Judge David Mattia, tears flowed like chalk dust on the last day of school. As the sentencing began, Hannah might have expected a tap on the wrist. Instead, her sentence is as follows: 7 days in jail, 18 months probation, house arrest with work release, GPS tracking for 90 days, mental health counseling, and no contact with her ex-boyfriend.
Okay, let's go on the record. We're here on State versus Hannah Freeman. Ms. Freeman is here on case 697-119. She's here with her lawyer, Michael Kinlan. Assistant County Prosecutor Patrick White is here for Brandon Pateo, who is in trial in another courtroom. Ms. Freeman pled guilty back in June to disorderly conduct, a minor misdemeanor in count 1, obstructing official business, a second-degree misdemeanor in count 2, and possessing criminal tools, a first-degree misdemeanor in count 3. She was referred for a pre-sentence investigation, which the court has received and reviewed. PSI is extremely detailed. Counsel, have you read the PSI?
Yes, I have.
Yes, Your Honor.
You find it to be complete and accurate?
I do, Your Honor.
I find it to be complete. Some of the police report was not accurate, hence the reason for the amended charges.
In what way?
We provided text that showed that the alleged victim had lied about the stalking and so many other issues.
Well, what part of this document is not accurate?
Well, just where it relates to the police report.
Pardon me?
Just where it relates to the police report, Your Honor.
I don't understand what you're telling me. There's 4 single-space type pages that looks to be largely taken from the police report. Are you telling me the entire PSI is inaccurate?
No, just where the alleged victim told the officers that she was stalking him. They were still engaged in a relationship at the time. She had planned on spending the night at his house that night with his permission. It's not much.
How about the flock camera part on the bottom of page 2, where flock camera plate readers showed your client's vehicle to be on Westlake City School properties 33 times on 19 different days over the past 30 days, up to and including November 7th at 4:07 p.m.
That is accurate.
Okay.
But he had invited her there. She was there.
He invited her to school?
Yes.
30 times?
Yes.
Mr. White, do you know anything about this?
Your Honor, what the state could say at this time is that the defendant, on occasions over this period, did in fact invite the the victim did invite the defendant, but the state will contend that the defendant was there and her continual presence across this time did cause the defendant continual anguish and mental stress.
Is there a dispute over whether she took his property?
No, Your Honor.
No, there's no dispute over that, Your Honor.
Well, why didn't your office have her plead to theft? I know this wasn't your case, but I'm here dealing with the confusion. What happened?
Your Honor, in this case, the defendant and the victim were engaged in a relationship. They broke up over the pursuing months. The defendant did not get the realization this relationship was over. At different times, she did steal numerous items from the victim. In this case, our office reviewed that. We did see those actions more as a continual pattern of conduct in order to get the victim back into her life.
You agree? Is that accurate?
Not completely, Your Honor.
And we can stand in this county, Mr. Kinlan.
Yes, Your Honor. It's our opinion, and the facts would have shown if we would have went to a trial. She did take his book bag for about 3 minutes. She tried to return it. She only took it once she found another girl at his apartment. She was on her way to spend the night there that night. They agreed on it. She went over there, and then he texted her, told her not to come, and she realized he had nothing over there. She got mad, went in his car, took the book bag, only as a means to get him to talk to her, and then she tried to return the book bag 5 minutes later, and that's when he called the police.
Okay, I'm led to believe by the pre-sentence investigation that this relationship between the alleged victim and Ms. Freeman ended in April of 2024. Is that correct?
That is not correct, Your Honor. It ended on November 6th, 2024. And that's why if you review the discovery that I provided, the text detailed everything. And that's why we had negotiated plea with the charges that we have and that she pled guilty to.
Okay, the pre-sentence investigation indicates that your client took 2 backpacks, a red and a black backpack containing a Chromebook laptop computer, an HP laptop computer, the victim's wallet, and a set of car keys to his car, apartment, and work school. Is that correct?
That is correct, Your Honor.
I haven't seen any of these text messages. You haven't filed a sentencing brief or memorandum?
Well, they were in the discovery that I filed, the defendant's discovery.
Okay, Mr. White, what would the state like to present? Is there anything else?
Thank you, Your Honor. I will say for the record, the state is in compliance with Marcy's law in this matter. Your Honor, obviously this was a difficult situation. This was a toxic relationship. Over the period from April to November, this defendant engaged in conduct that was disturbing and concerning. And there's a heightened, state believes there's a heightened concern because she was engaged, she was employed as a teacher at the time. We understand that the victim in this case did at points re-engage with the defendant over these months. But the state is comfortable with this plea offer after extensive conversations with and pretrial meetings with the defense counsel, because Ms. Freeman, and it's our opinion, has mental health issues that need to be addressed. I think that's evident from the PSI. I think that's evident from the facts in this case. We do understand that she has taken steps to do that, and as part of this plea, we did make it a condition for supervision in the form of community control, continued mental health treatment, and that is what we'll ask for at this time, Your Honor. Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Kinlan, what would you like the court to be aware of?
My client's 27 years old. She has a master's degree. She was previously employed as a 4th grade teacher. She's lost that job as a result of this incident. She's got no other record other than a noise complaint from several years ago. This is a negotiated plea based upon the facts and based also upon the negotiation that I did with the county prosecutor's office. I believe it's a fair resolution. You're not going to see her back again. Just for the rest, she was at the school numerous times helping him with his classwork. There was a principal who was contacted, also listed in discovery, who I had subpoenaed if this case was going to go to trial, who would testify to that fact, that he talked to the victim and the victim told him no, she was there helping him. So there was no stalking in that regard. But she did take his book bag in a heat of passion. She did when she found out he was still seeing this other girl when she was supposed to be over there that night. She wasn't thinking and did so in an emotional state. She is in mental health counseling. She regrets this incident, and I don't think you'll see her back here now. Thank you.
Okay, Ms. Freeman, you have the opportunity to speak before we announce your sentence. What would you like me to know?
I regret the incident. I definitely acted out of emotion, and I regret that decision that I made that night, and I will take steps necessary to move on from this incident, and you will not see me back here again.
Okay, thank you. Okay. Court has considered this matter. This is frankly a bizarro breakup between two professionals. The pre-sentence investigation does not paint a pretty picture of your behavior, Ms. Freeman. You should have known that was over. It's my understanding that the victim had someone else in his life. I'm going to place you on 18 months of community control. You'll be ordered to have no contact with Mr. McKenzie, the victim. In this case, as a condition of community control, you are to wear a GPS device for the first 90 days. You'll be on house arrest with work release. You'll be ordered to undergo mental health counseling, particularly to establish healthy boundaries. And you will serve the first 7 days of this term of probation in our county jail. You are ordered remanded.
We had an agreed sentence.
You didn't agree with me, Mr. Kinlan, and I am charged with sentencing.
At this point, Your Honor, I'm going to make a motion to withdraw her plea, and we'd rather go to trial.
Because you don't like the sentence?
No, because we don't like the way the court has interpreted the facts.
Mr. Kinlan,
The facts are not correct.
did you talk to me about sentence before you pled your client?
You were not available, Your Honor.
I'm available all the time, Mr. Kinlan. You chose to plead your sentence, your client.
We only met with you one time, Your Honor. At this point, we'd ask to withdraw her.
I'm offended that you would make the insinuation here that I don't work enough.
I'm not making that insinuation.
How long, when was this case indicted?
December.
Yeah, half a year ago.
Your Honor,
Did you make any effort to talk to me in the last 6 months about how I would sentence your client?
Yes.
No.
We did.
You did? When?
When I asked you to take her off GPS back in April.
Okay, and I did.
Yes.
But that wasn't about sentencing, was it? I just asked you, did you make any effort to talk to me about what sentence I would impose after you negotiated a plea deal with the state of Ohio?
No, we did have an agreed sentence with the state. We'd ask the court to go along with that agreed sentence as it's a condition of plea.
Didn't ask me. Sorry.
The plea is not knowingly voluntary.
Your bad practice is not my problem.
I don't think it's my bad practice, Your Honor.
We're done.
I'm listening. Hold on. That's fine. I understand. This is absurd. He doesn't know the facts. It sounds like you didn't know the facts either. Why?
You gotta admit, under Daddy is chief of police, so I can outstalk the justice system logic, that GPS tracker is the universe's way of saying, nice try though. Meanwhile, her lawyer had his own meltdown. He tried to pull the plug on her plea deal mid-sentencing. Mr. Michael Kinlan, throwing a courtroom tantrum, demanded to withdraw the plea and shouted, "We had an agreed sentence." The judge was unimpressed. "You didn't talk to me in the past 6 months about sentencing. Your bad practice is not my problem," he snapped. Ouch. Now let's talk about the other side of this. Men rarely report this type of harassment. Why? Because society has trained them to believe that admitting fear of an ex makes them look weak. But stalking is stalking, whether the stalker wears a hoodie in a back alley or carries an apple for the teacher's lounge. No one should feel ashamed to say, "I'm not safe. But here's where it gets real. Obsessive, erratic behavior like this often points to a deep mental health struggle, anxiety, fixation, or untreated trauma. Addressing those issues is critical, not just for the offender, but for the people around them. Courts handing out therapy alongside punishment? That's not soft, it's smart. And so, dear students of life, let this be your lesson. Stalking someone is criminal, not courtship. Expecting immunity because of who your parents are? Bold move. Just bring a GPS tracker along. So what do we learn from Hannah's misadventures? 1. Privilege may soften the fall, but it doesn't erase accountability. 2. Men reporting harassment deserve the same respect as women. 3. Mental health can't be ignored because unchecked, it can turn classrooms into courtrooms. This is your unconventional lesson on legal limits, courtroom decorum, and why GPS bracelets make surprisingly good party favors. Only when court ordered, of course. Remember, stalking isn't love. Entitlement isn't a defense. And no matter who your daddy is, you still have to follow the law. Class is dismissed. What do you guys think of Hannah Freeman's case? Was her sentence fair or was it too harsh? Let's keep the discussion going down in the comment section. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next video.